Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. Let's talk about Michael Hunter Jr. All right, now his name has been thrown around as one of the possibilities to fight Anthony Joshua June 1st. You guys know who my first choice is, and it's Luis Ortiz. I would like to see him get the fight with Anthony Joshua. Now I know a lot of you have been sending me comments or leaving me messages on my videos telling me that Eddie Hearn came out and said that Luis Ortiz, his team said that they would not be ready, and that's too short of a time for them to fight Anthony Joshua. Okay, and a lot of you are rolling with that, and you believe that. Now, what I will say is this: I am subscribed to my man Cali Enigma, and if you know anything about Cali Enigma, you know that he has connections to Team Ortiz. He pretty much can text message them whenever he wants. And according to my man Kelly, Luis Ortiz, reliable sources, credible source, says that that is not true, that Eddie Hearn did not reach out to them. All right. Now, if you want to play the whole who do you believe game, hey, that's fine. Yes, I seen what Eddie Hearn had to say, and I heard what my man Kelly has to say. So it is what it is with that. All right. I'm not going to, believe who you want to believe. All right. But regardless of all that, man, this one is about Michael Hunter. All right. I'm a sucker for stories, man. You dig what I'm saying? And I like a good story. And Michael Hunter Jr., man, is a good story. His father, we all know, was a damn good fighter, man, back in the late 80s. But his father was a real good fighter. I not too long ago watched his father fight Pinklon Thomas again. I like watching that fight, man. But anyways, man, for some that don't know, they just think that Michael Hunter might just be this guy that Eddie Hearn just signed from America. But the dude was an Olympian. I've heard three different numbers as far as how many times he's been in Klitschko camps. I've heard 7, 8, and 9. All right, so he's been in Klitschko camps 7 to 8, 9. 7 to 9 times. He was a really good amateur. He his last two fights, man. I know he beat Ustinov, and people will say Ustinov ain't shit. He's slow. He's old. This, that, and the third. But he surprised me being able to stop Ustinov. Not everybody just stops Ustinov. All right, even the older version of Ustinov. He's a big, durable motherfucker, and he's hard to stop. All right, you can beat him, outpoint him, box circles around him, cool. But stopping him is pretty tough to do. All right, so he surprised me with that. Okay. Um. And I actually picked Martin Bakoli Lunga to beat him. So he shocked me right there as well. You know what I'm saying? I actually did a heavyweight prospect watch video on Michael Hunter. Yes, I know he was a cruiserweight when I did that video because I knew sooner or later he was going to move up to heavyweight because I know he was an amateur. He fought at super heavyweight and he fought at heavyweight in the amateurs. And, all the Klitschko camps and everything like that. I knew that he would be at heavyweight one day. All right. And I think he actually took a fight or two at heavyweight when he turned pro. I could be wrong, but I believe he did that. All right. And then going into the Usyk fight, I picked Usyk to beat him. But in my prediction video, I'm like, hey man, Michael Hunter might make this shit interesting. This dude can fight. All right. Now, as far as him with AJ, okay, no, he is not my first choice. He isn't even my second or third choice. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's not. But I do like the story of him. You dig what I'm saying? The things that happened with his father, just him having fight in his blood, him proving me wrong in fights, you know what I mean? As far as the Bakole fight. And I did not think he would be able to stop Ustinov, man. That surprised me. And he gave all he can give against Usyk. All right, we're not giving out brownie points or nothing like that. He lost the fight. You dig what I'm saying? Now, if as far as it pertains to him getting the AJ fight, like I said, he's not even my third choice. But him getting the fight, I would like that for him. You dig what I'm saying? It'd be a good situation for him, man. It's the same shit his father went through, man. They used to bring his father in these same type of situations. They would bring him in as the opponent. You dig what I'm saying? Bring his father in as the opponent to, fringe contender or guys that used to be contenders or former title holders making their comeback trail, like how Pinklon Thomas was doing. They were bringing him in as opponents, even against some high level prospect, undefeated guys, and he would just upset these dudes. You dig what I'm saying? He got Hakeem Rockman in his corner, and Rockman was, seemed very enthused training this kid, man. You dig what I'm saying? I know Rockman has his own kids that fight, but he seems very, and I'm sure he's enthused with his sons as well, but he seems very enthused training Hunter. And if there's anybody know anything about an upset, gotta be The Rock, right? Gotta be The Rock, right? We know what happened in Africa, right? We didn't forget that. I know Lennox got revenge and knocked Rockman out. You know what I mean? No mind test. You dig what I'm saying? We know Lennox got his get back, but if there's anybody that they can give you some information about an upset and firsthand how to mentally go into that fight, how to train for that fight, how to be prepared. Now, granted, I know Lennox was parlaying and kicking it and got to Africa late, and you know what I mean. He was filming. I think they was filming Ocean's 11. That little scene he had with Vladimir or whatever. So I know Joshua's mindset will be different than Lennox's. But who knows, man? Maybe AJ, if this fight were to happen, maybe AJ might take the dude lightly. You never know. You dig what I'm saying? Not as far as not training, but mentally, or maybe not. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, anything can fucking happen, right? I can sit here and say anything can happen, but my guess would be AJ would take it serious. You dig what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I just want to give some light just to Michael Hunter Jr. because I think fans they're probably just not privy with him, man. They probably just it's like, oh, the dude that fought Usyk, and that's all they really know. But the dude's a decent fighter. I think he may be like the new version as far as this new wave of guys. He might be like the new, probably slightly better because of his amateur experience, being an Olympian and all the just experience that he's acquired. He has way more than Brian Jennings, but he kind of put me in the Brian Jennings mindset. You dig what I'm saying? But just more offensive. And I compare him to Jennings because of the height and the weight and things like that. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're the same exact fighter, but he kind of gives me that mindset of a Brian Jennings, a guy that to be smaller compared to the other heavyweights and would be pretty much an underdog going into those type of fights. But when I break down the fight, man, and I put it, as Emmanuel Stewart used to say, put it through my computer, you know what I mean? And when the printout comes out, I see Anthony Joshua beat Michael Hunter 10 times out of 10. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not, I just think, and the reason I say that, let me just break it down a little bit. The reason I say that is Michael Hunter has fight in his heart, man. He isn't going to run away from a fight. He will fight. If he's getting pieced up, I think Usyk was getting over him because Usyk, just his movement and just the punching, as far as his output and the angles, the shit that Usyk does. I think it was kind of tangling Hunter up a little bit. You dig what I'm saying? But he had his bright spots in the fight. You dig what I'm saying? But since he has that, and he did it against Bakole as well, since he has that in him getting into any type of dust up or any type of slugfest in spurts in a fight with Anthony Joshua, to me, is doomed. I think it's doomed. You dig what I'm saying? I just think when the leather start, but I said the same thing about Bakole, and yes, I know Bakole's not Anthony Joshua, but I said the same thing. Once they start trading leather, I think the guy that hits the hardest is going to knock him out. It usually wins out, especially if the chins are probably the same or around the same. Whoever hits harder in a slugfest, in my opinion, usually wins out. You dig what I'm saying? But I would be happy for Michael Hunter Jr. if he got the shot. I would be. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to lie. I would be happy for Michael Hunter Jr., man, because I like his story. And you guys know I'm a sucker for stories, man. But I like his story. But with that said, though, my first choice is Luis Ortiz. It's always, I swear, man, my choice is always, when Wilder went through his thing with Andre Rodriguez, when Rodriguez failed that test and Wilder ended up fighting Gerald Washington, my first choice was Luis Ortiz. Because Luis Ortiz was coming out saying he will fight him, and that's when Wilder said he wanted Wilder's team. I believe it was Jay Diaz that said it, that they were not going to fight Ortiz because of his his prior history to drug testing, and they didn't want to fight him short notice like that due to his history or whatever. But my pick was Ortiz, regardless of what Wilder team said. But it don't matter anyways, because Wilder ended up fighting him anyways, and you know what I mean? They did what they had to do. You dig what I'm saying? The fight ended up happening anyways. But Yeah, man. Just want to make this quick video. I heard a few cats who I am sub to and support. They were talking about Hunter yesterday. My man Fanon. Y'all go sub to Fanon. I'm pretty sure you already sub to my man Fanon. Then I was just hearing just listening to Cali Enigma. I got to go back and listen to the rest of his live stream. But when he brung up Michael Hunter again, it made me go live, man. It made me want to go live. You dig what I'm saying? But I know some fans that I converse with think that Michael Hunter should probably drop back down to cruiserweight. But shit, man. I mean, I think he should stay right where he's at. Because, you know, it's not promised that you're going to dominate at cruiserweight. You know what I mean? But shit, you know, Michael Hunter, shit, he had a better performance, even though he lost in a losing effort. He had a better performance than Tony Bellew. You dig what I'm saying? I still think Marius Briedis gave Usyk his toughest fight, in my opinion. But again, do I think Michael Hunter Jr. can beat Anthony Joshua? No. Nope, I don't. And based on Michael Hunter Jr.'s heart and how hard fucking Anthony Joshua punches and his combinations that he throws, as long as AJ doesn't, you know, gas out or something like that, or something, you know, crazy happens like that, I just think just his skill set, his just all around boxing ability, and then just how hard he hits, man. I just think if they, and just the way Hunter, his mindset is in there, he's not going to run away from a fight. I mean, he'll do some things, you know, some subtle things. He'll move and use a jab, but really his heart is to fight. You know what I mean? He has that Evander Holyfield in him. You know what I mean? Where if you hit me, I got to hit you back 4 or 5 times. And if I miss, well, damn it, I'm a swing trying. You know what I mean? But I like to see Hunter take on Brian Jennings, man. I would like to see them two fight. But I like to see Hunter mix it up, especially mix it up with some of the guys that aren't the 6'6" and 6'7". Not to say that he's shying away from them guys, because obviously he's not, right? He beat Ustinov, and Ustinov is one big motherfucker, man. He's like 6'8", 300 damn pounds. You know what I mean? And he went in there and took care of that, and he took care of Martin McCauley Ilunga. Ilunga's like 6'6", 250 or something like that, and he stopped him. You know, but appreciate y'all. I'm gonna read the comments on archives, man, because I'm driving, like always. I'm driving again, man. But that was just on my mind. Just want to let that proliferate through the boxing community, man. I want to put that out there, that if Michael Hunter was to get the fight, I would be happy for him. I would be. You know, and I know Hasim Rahman will give it his best effort, man, and try to prepare that young man to try to go in there and get the upset, because boy, will he be an underdog. You dig what I'm saying? But I just glanced down real quick. I do see my man CB Sports TV was good. I'm at a light. CB Sports was good. Blood Boxing, my guy, my nigga. You know what I mean? Was good, Blood. Who else did I see up in here real quick, man? Could have swore I saw my man Corey Lee Boxing. Another banger. Was good, Corey Lee. But man, salute to y'all, man. If Michael Hunter gets the fight, I'm going to applaud him, man, because I like his story. I like his story, man, and I'm going to be rooting for him. He'll be an underdog, though, but I'm going to root for him, though. All right? Just my opinion on it. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section, man. I'm gone.